They say that 97% of the world's population are not living the lives that they want, that they're not even coming close to their potential, and that the other 3% simply are. My name is Kieran Cooper, and I've found a way to step out of that 97% and make my way towards the 3%. And it's a seriously exciting place to be. But it wasn't always that way. At the age of 15, I started working in my dad's printing business, which at the beginning was very exciting because I got to learn how to run a machine. I got to see the finished product at the end of the day, which was quite gratifying as well. But it soon got monotonous. And my dad, he looked after the customers so well that he did everything in his power to save them money, which also meant that the business very rarely made a profit. You see, as long as the wages and the bills were paid, my dad was happy. But his business partner, on the other hand, well, he took out his frustrations on me. Every morning I had to put on a suit of armour before I went into work. I'd feel sick to the stomach just knowing what I had to deal with as soon as I walked into work. But what was worse was the fact that I had to watch my own father being bullied by the same man. It all got a bit too much, and I was dealing with depression for years before I even knew what it was. And over those years, I had turned to alcohol in order to escape. But when I did eventually come out the other side of that depression, I knew that I had to leave. So I plucked up the courage and I told my dad. I had no idea what I was going to do, but I knew that if I didn't leave, my victory over depression and alcohol abuse would be very short-lived. So first of all, myself and my partner, Michelle, we went traveling. But even while I was doing that, in the back of my mind, I had this fear that I had wasted far too many years of my life in the family business and that I was just too old to be starting over. I mean, what skills did I have apart from running a machine, I'd say? I was so numb. I didn't even know what my interests were, let alone my passions. And then we eventually came home to Ireland to find that our first child was on his way. Now, I was still looking for a meaningful way to make money, but my instinct to provide for my family kicked in, and I soon found myself running a machine in order to pay the bills. It was like history was repeating itself. Not only was I working crazy hours, but the universe had yet again provided me with another bully. I wasn't going to let this shit happen again. I started searching the internet for any way out, any ideas. I mean, I could handle the bullies, but what I couldn't handle was the fact that I was missing out on some of the most important moments of my son's life. So then one night I was in work and Michelle sent me a video that she came across. And it was about this guy who was pretty much in the same situation as me, but he had found a way to build his own online business using an educational platform that he found online, which showed him how to do it step by step. And he was now spending so much more time with his family and building a business that he loved. Now, I had never even considered the digital economy. I had spent my whole life getting my hands dirty, and I could just about post a picture on Facebook. But because he said it was a step-by-step process and that the free video training series that he had on offer would give me an insight into this world, I put in my name and my email address. Now, I was skeptical at first, and I was actually quite hung up on the fact that I just wasn't tech savvy. But soon I realized that a lot of the technical stuff was actually quite easy. And in some cases, it was in place already. But the emphasis on self-development, the straight talking on the fact that this was all a marathon and not a sprint, and then the support of an amazing community were all things that I just didn't expect. Every bully, every challenge, every tear had brought me to this place. So I decided to go for it. I put in my name and my email address. I got the free training. I thought to myself, it was time for me to just face the fear that I just wasn't good enough. And it was also time for me to step out of my comfort zone and to find out what it was that I actually had to offer this world. Since then, one of the biggest lessons I've learned is that life happens for us and not to us. Every challenge that this life brings comes with an education that simply cannot be taught in any college. I've also come to realize that a community of positive, high energy, forward-thinking people really does exist, and now I'm part of it. I get to connect with people who are in a situation that I used to be in. I get to show them that there are options, that there is a way out, but more importantly, I get to show them that they don't have to do this on their own. I'm now building a business that's not only based on my values, it's built on what I know through experience. I get to drop and collect my son from school. I get to run my business from wherever there's a Wi-Fi connection. I get to set my business hours around my family commitments instead of the other way around. I'm just learning and I'm growing every single day, and so is my business. So if you're in a position in your life or your career where you're ready to make a change, where you're ready to take control, to take a leap of faith, to invest in yourself and your future, well then, the videos that I'm going to send to your inbox will open your eyes to a world of possibilities. A world that has me jumping out of bed in the morning with a level of focus and determination that I never realized I had. Now, when you put in your name and your email address, I don't only just get to send you the free training, I also get to introduce you to Stuart Ross. Stuart Ross is one of the founder members of this amazing educational platform. But apart from that, he's been at the forefront of my training since the very beginning. So enjoy the training, and I look forward to talking to you soon. Bye bye.